Cheers everybody, welcome back to another beer comparison. Now, a few months ago I reviewed a stout, a nitro stout from Timothy Taylor's and Northern Monk. It's a collaboration. And I said at the end of that review I was going to compare it to a Guinness. Now, I've never got round to doing the video. I've had loads of beer over Christmas, wanted to get out and everything, and by the time, to do a comparison, got round to doing a comparison, I'm well into January. So apologies for anybody out there who were expecting me to do it the following week. I didn't, because I had to go to a cat show. Anyway, we're going to do it now. Right, so the beers are, of course, we got the Guinness Draught, okay, 4.1% ABV. We all know Guinness Draught. Doesn't need an introduction, does it? Unless you come from a different planet. So this is also readily available near enough in every fucking supermarket and every bloody off license. One of the biggest selling beers of all time, if not the biggest selling beer of all time, Guinness. I reckon it will be the biggest selling beer of all time, and it's 4.1%. The price of it does differ from shop to shop. It can be very cheap, it can be not so cheap. Usually it's about the £4 mark, averaging for me for four. So at the moment, what we're getting from breweries, because I picked one up yesterday from the Wensleydale Brewery, is nitro stouts. They seem to be doing them at the moment. Camden have done them. Brewdog have done them. Forge, that Forge Irish Stout. So there's a market. They're trying to take on the big boy, and that is the big boy, believe you me. Okay, so Timothy Taylor's, a name in brewing which I respect, has teamed up with Northern Monk. Now, Northern Monk are a little bit patchy, to be honest. Let's face it. In the supermarket, some of their beers are absolutely embarrassing. But when they do brew a good beer, they do a good beer. So they teamed up with them, and what we've got now is their Northern Rising Draught Unity Stout. Now, I know for a fact that some beer reviewers out there haven't done this. I thought it would be everywhere. I think it's down to the supply in all the different parts of the country, in the Morrisons. I don't think everybody's getting it at the moment. But I thought I could do a comparison between, it's got to be compared to the Guinness. Now, the thing what's going against this beer, and the Guinness has got over on this beer already, is the price. So you were talking about averaging about £4 for a 4-pack of Guinness. It could be, With the Northern Monk, we're talking, it's £6.50. It was £6.50. I picked it for £6.50. I don't know what the price is now. And that's really down to the size of the breweries and the whack they have regarding production and everything. So, so we're going to take it on and see if this is better than this. So there is a difference in ABVs between them. It's 4.4. Is it 4.4 on the Unity Stout? 4.4 on the Unity Stout, and it's 4.1 on the Guinness. So there is a difference in ABV. I don't think it'll make any difference. But you can rewind this video to me saying that. So let's just, hopefully it's not going to go everywhere. There's the Guinness open. Let's open the Northern Monk. And let's try and pour them together, shall we? And see how they settle. Yeah, I should have done a Guinness better than that. I do apologise for that. So as you can see, the Guinness is settling a lot better than the Northern Monk one. So already the Guinness has got points over the Northern Monk. even though I didn't pour it properly because it's supposed to. Because I tried to pour them both at the same time. So anybody out there who who thinks it's like, I remember when I did the Nitro Surge video, I did it completely wrong, but I left it up. So as you can see, you know, the Guinness is the most iconic looking beer in the world, isn't it? You know, it is. If they trademark that look, most probably. Well, you can't beat that white head on a Guinness, can you? You know, over the Northern Monk. Northern Monk, yeah, a little bit more lively, as you can see. Is that all for the Guinness? Yeah. So already, in the looks department, I think the Guinness wins, definitely. The Guinness wins. Am I a big Guinness drinker? I'm not really a big Guinness drinker, to be honest. It's a beer which, yeah, I have now and again, but now I'll drink Guinness doing videos and stuff. So for me, I'm not a big Guinness drinker, so I'm not a big lover of Guinness. I know there's people out there who just drink Guinness and they don't drink anything else, and I totally get it. I totally get why they do that. For me, it's, you know, a dip in and a dip out beer. It's a dipper. It's, you know, you dip in when you're out. You know, I'm sure if I'm in Ireland, I'll be drinking the stuff. But I don't think it's the best Irish stout. I think O'Hara's is my favourite anyway. So we've got them in. Already the Guinness has won. Okay, it's won. We'll put them up to the light. Yeah, the colorization between the two beers are exactly the same. Okay, it's not full on jet black. There's a burgundy shadow through them. Okay, so the taste, the proof is in the smell and the taste, in it. So let's go in with the Guinness. You got that roastiness, a slight hint of coffee, and maybe a hint of plain chocolate behind that. You know, it's typical Guinness, that roasted malts coming through. And I'll be honest with you, the Northern Monk's got more to the aroma. There's more coffee and roastiness than the Guinness. So the Northern Monk for me wins on aroma. There's plenty more roastiness going on. There's a lot more going on in the Northern Monk in the aroma than the Guinness. So the proof is in the pudding. So we're going to go in with the Guinness. With the Guinness, you know, it's kind of like style over substance. It's always been that with me, because when you pour Guinness, it looks like a solid pint, doesn't it? It looks thick, it looks dense. When you actually drink it, it's slightly thin. And off, you know, is that down to the nitro? I'm not too sure. So we're going with the Northern Monk. First impressions. The Northern Monk's got more taste to it, for me. But the Northern Monk, and you know, the Northern Monk's got more taste, but it doesn't feel like an authentic nitro stout in a way. It reminds me, which this is another idea for video, maybe getting the Brewdog one. It reminds me, there's a taste to this beer which reminds me of the Brewdog one. That it felt like it was brewed. There's a twang to it, like a craft brewery twang to it. It's not a great description, I know, but it's like a twang it has, and it feels like it's been brewed. It feels like it's been brewed at a craft brewery. There you go. We go in again. Guinness, traditional, light, very light in mouthfeel, marshmallow-like in mouthfeel, slightly thin. Yeah, it's easy drinking, isn't it, Guinness? So from that point, I know why people drink it. You know, they never get let down by Guinness. And I know, you know, they don't get let down by Guinness, and you can see why it's so popular. If you got like hid in a cave all your life and you try Guinness for the first time, someone told you before trying the Guinness, it's one of the biggest selling beers in the world. Now, and you can see why. If the quality is just kept there, you can see why. Yeah, I'm not going to re-review a Guinness. I've done it enough on this channel. Going to this. Mouthfeels. Let's go with the mouthfeel first. The Guinness, lighter, smoother. Mouthfeel of the Northern Monk, you get the carbonation. Yeah, it's there. It's there. I'm stumped at the moment because I'm picking up flavours in this Northern Monk, which once you can put it back to back with a Guinness, I'll be honest with you, apart from the style it says on the can, these beers really got nothing in common with each other. I thought they'd have more in common, taste-wise. But the taste notes from either beer are so far removed from each other. And you don't really realise it until you have them back to back. Out of these two beers, I mean, the Northern Monk holds its own. It's got nice flavours. For me, got some nice coffee. The flavours are more amplified in the Northern Monk. You know, there's some nice flavours in there. And to be honest with you, I think Timothy Taylor's Northern Monk have done a good job on it. I think it's quite a good beer. However, what's going against this beer is the price. Okay? And because of that, it will never ever compete with that. It will never ever compete with the Guinness. You know. And to be honest, prizing a Guinness drinker away from their beloved Guinness to anything else stout-wise is a bloody tall order, to be honest. And I don't think anybody out there would be capable of doing it. No one out there would be capable of pulling a Guinness drink away from his beloved pint of Guinness. So for that, the brand loyalty thing, which I mentioned in videos before in this country, there's a big element of truth to it. I think, you know, people know what they want, they like what they want, and they keep buying it and they keep enjoying it, which is fair dues. You know, you can't blame people for that. If they like their Guinness, they keep to their Guinness. Am I a fan of Guinness? I like the original. I like the original Guinness. I've always liked the original Guinness over the Draught. For me, the Draught, it looks fantastic. Believe you me, it does look fantastic. But for me, I've always felt it was a little bit thin for my own personal taste. So I like the original Guinness. I like the carbonation. Is there a winner between these two beers? To be honest, they're so different from each other regarding the taste. I think they're both. Everyone's a winner. I've got the giraffes up there. Everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner in this game. No one's gonna go home empty-handed. Put it that way. Everyone's a winner. I think. I think that they both got their own thing going on, which is surprising. I honestly thought we would have a winner out of the two. I think they are both different in terms of taste. That there's not really much of a comparison there, to be honest. Apart from the style of beer which they're lumped in with, that's the only thing where they got in common, to be honest. So if I had to choose between the two in a shop, I think for me I'd have to go with a Guinness because it's cheaper. And I think people vote with their purses, don't they? Purses. You know, they do. And I think for me, the Guinness would trump that all the time. So for me, yeah, it'll have to be the Guinness. But I'm not dissing the Northern Rising too much because I still think it's a good beer. I do. I think, it's not bad, not a bad beer at all. So for me, no one's going home as losers, boys and girls. We're all winners here. They all get their rubber bullies. Thank you so much for watching this pointless video. 15 minutes I've been talking about these two. Oh, God, I might as go back to a normal beer review next. Right, see you on my next one. Bib, bib, cheers.